Hi everyone. In this Excel training video, we're going to continue learning the match function in Excel. In our last video, we talked about how the match function worked with exact matches and how it worked with the index function. And in this one, we're going to learn a little bit more about the inexact matches. So let's define our terms. The match function, if you remember, does not give us the value of a number within an array. It actually tells us the position, tells us where it is within an array. So let me just give you a very easy one right here. So 1, 2, we'll select those two and kind of drag it down, and we'll get a list that goes from the smaller number to a bigger number. This will be our array that we're going to work out. And when our numbers go from smaller to bigger, that means that this is an ascending array. So we see that our match type 1, we're looking for an ascending array. And we're finding something that's inexact, which means not an exact match. And I'll show you how it works. So we hit the equal sign for our function, and then M, A, and you can see that Excel automatically starts typing match for us. Our lookup value, let's say we're looking up for a value that's somewhere within this table array, but not an exact one. So let's say it's 5.5. And then our lookup array, we're going to look through this list and find the number that is going to be less than or equal to. Remember, it's ascending, so we're going to pick number 1 for less than or equal to. And what Excel is going to do, it's going to say we're looking up this 5.5. We're going to find the number that is the largest number that's smaller than 5.5. And if we look through this list, we see the largest number that is smaller than 5.5 would actually be 5. But what match does is it doesn't tell us 5, it's going to tell us the position of the number within the array. And so it should give us back 5 actually, because a 1 through 5 list, 5 is actually the 5th one on order. And that's how it works for this match type 1. Now match type -1 is kind of the opposite. It looks for a table that's descending, but it's very similar. So a descending is basically the bigger number starts it, and then it goes from bigger to smaller. And we can just type a couple numbers and then drag it down, and you can see that Excel will automatically fill in our descending table. So looking up this -1 match type, we're going to go match, again type it, our lookup value. Let's find something in here, again not an exact match, but so say 3.5. We're going to look up the number 3.5. Again, we're looking in our array, and it's going to be a descending array, so we know that we're going to have to use this -1 or greater than. Now here's how it's going to work. It's going to go down this list. It's looking for 3.5 or the number that's bigger than 3.5. So if it goes down this list and it's 4 is greater than 3.5 and it gets to 3, well 3 is smaller than. So it has to go back up. It sees the 4 is bigger than that, but it's the closest number to 3.5 that's bigger than it. And then it should give us what rank it is within this array, what order and what position it is. It's not going to tell us 4, it's going to tell us the position of 4. So if we hit it, it's the 7th position. And if we count this down, we can actually count this down and see that it is actually in the 7th position. You can see that number 4 is in the 7th position on the list, and so that's why it gives us that 7. Now let's take a look at the exact matches one more time and do a little bit more on that. And if we're looking through something with text, you actually have to do it a different way than you do it with numbers. So match, we're doing the match function. Our lookup value, we want to look up, say, lemon cookies. So I type lemon. If you remember, I typed numbers previously, didn't add anything, and it worked fine, but let's see if it works when we're using text. And in our array, we're going to just click and select our array, comma, and we're going to look at an exact match. I want to find the lemon cookie and what position it is on the list. It should give me a number 2, but it doesn't. It gives me an error message. And why does it do that? It's because Excel actually needs you to put a quote and tell Excel that we're actually looking for text. And once you do that, it actually gives you the position. So text has to have these quotation marks, but as you saw, we didn't have to use text when we were looking up numbers. All right? And there's one last part of the match function that I'd like to show you. And that is when we're looking up something and maybe we don't know how to spell it, or we don't want to type out the entire name, we can actually use a wildcard. So let's say we're looking up the oatmeal cookies. And I didn't want to spell out oatmeal, so I just typed, remember the quotes, it's a text, so O-A-T, I didn't want to type the whole thing. I could actually use an asterisk, quote, and it will actually look up everything that starts with oat, and the first one that it finds, it's going to give us that number. So exact match, and enter. So we can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 oatmeal is on the 5th position, and it gives us that just with using an asterisk as the wildcard. And just to show you one last time, we're going to type that, the lookup value, let's say it's a chocolate chip, so we'll do CH, asterisk. Got to remember to put in the quotes, because it is text. Select our array, exact match, and it is the first position in our array. And that concludes our match function tutorial. And if you like this, please click like. And if you'd like more of these tutorials, go ahead and hit subscribe, and we'll have more of these coming out. So thank you very much.